Hey, this is Hunter with Aquaterra Outdoors. I'm going to show you how to clean a cartridge filter today. How do you know it's a cartridge filter? If it was a DE filter, you would have a backwash, but the quick telltale, obviously go to the sticker on the side of the filter and it will indicate what type of filter you have. Right here, our brand is Pentair, and it is telling us we have a cartridge filter. Now this is actually a quad cartridge filter, so when we bust it open, you will have 4 cartridges inside. I point that out because right next to it, I have a single cartridge filter. So this one is dedicated to the pool. That's why it has 4 cartridges in there, because it needs to catch more debris. This one is going to be for a water feature. But we're going to start with this guy. So to clean the filter, we need to turn the pool off. You can either turn it off through your phone, you can go to the back of the pump and press the on and off button, or you can go to your board and turn everything off. Once you have it off, you will need to go down to the drain plug, unscrew it, which will let all the water out inside of the filter. This has a little notch on the bottom of it, which is a 7/8, so you can get a 7/8 wrench and just start untightening it. Once you get it unscrewed, all that water will come out. You can open the air relief valve at the top. All right, while that's draining, we're going to go ahead and unscrew the top of the filter. Same size, it's going to be a 7/8 wrench. You can get you a drill with the 7/8 attachment, or you can use the wrench. Set our hardware somewhere where we don't lose it. Take the belly band off. We're just going to set it to the side. And then the top should come off. You will not be able to pull the top off if there's water inside of the filter still due to the pressure. So once it's drained, you will be able to just slide the top right off. We're just going to set this down to the side. We will rinse out the inside of the top of the filter. Just use the hose. Don't pressure wash anything. You can get you a little pressure wash type nozzle, but don't use an actual pressure washer. All right, now we're going to take the top manifold off. Give that guy a rinse down in a minute. Pull our cartridges out. You can see these guys are pretty dirty. And again, we have 4 of them. That's why this is a quad cartridge filter. How this all works, while we got it busted open, the water comes in through here. It gets dispersed through this nozzle, and then your cartridges catch all your dirt and debris. So we are just going to set these guys down, and we will rinse them off one by one individually. You'll just use a hose with a pressure nozzle. I got this guy from Lowe's. It's called the Turbo Jet. It fans the water out so I can really get in between the grooves inside of the filter. So start from the top and make our way down. Don't want to start from the bottom and then go up, because the dirt just goes down as you rinse it. So save yourself the hassle. Start from the top and go down. Okay, that is it for rinsing off the cartridges. Before we put them back in, we want to rinse the inside of the filter pretty good. Just want to get all that dirt and debris outside of the inside of the filter. You really want to make sure you get the O-ring very, very clean. One little pebble can cause the filter to leak, not seal properly. All right, once we rinse out the inside of the filter, you'll see a template inside the filter which shows you exactly where your cartridges will sit. So you'll just set them right back on side of that little template. And we will go back to our top little manifold template. Give it a quick rinse down. Anytime you open up the filter, you just want to inspect this. Make sure it doesn't have any cracks, anything of that fashion. If it does, you will need to replace it. And now it is ready to get put back together. While I have it open, just want to explain, you can see the condition of these cartridges are very good. I can't really stick my fingers in between unless I force it. They're nice, tight, and together. Over the years of use, they will eventually kind of spread out more like this one compared to that. A manufacturer that you recommends that you replace these cartridges 1 to 3 years. Just depends on the condition. You can see that that did not take me very long to clean. It took me about 15 minutes. The older they are and the dirtier they get, the longer it's going to take you to clean. You may be working on one cartridge itself for 15 minutes. So these are in pretty mint condition. They're very new. So let's go ahead and put it back together. Want to make sure our gauge is going to be facing the way that I will look at it when I'm maintaining the pool weekly. You want to set it straight down. Don't want to move that O-ring around once you get it set on there. All right, once we got it set down, let's get our belly band. Now we got the belly band back on. People ask how tight you want it to be. You want it to be very tight. Keep going until you start hearing that thing starts to screech like you just heard. Now we're going to put the drain plug back on. Give it a quick little rinse down. You want to get all that debris off of it. You leave some debris on there, it may not seal properly and it can leak. You can see I even have a little bit of pebbles stuck in the thread. You want to make sure it is clean. Now we're going to put the drain plug back on. This is usually not the fun part because it's in a very precarious place usually. And that is how you clean a quad cartridge filter. We are going to turn the pump back on. And after we clean the filter and you turn the pump back on, you want to adjust your gauge so you know when you need to clean the filter next. So let the pump prime up. After you turn the pump back on, you open the air relief valve and it'll slowly get all the air out from inside of the filter. I'm going to stand to the side so I don't get shot. Now that we've bled all the air out of the filter, we want to adjust our gauge to our starting pressure. So my starting pressure, 22, 24, about 26. So I want to clean my filter. when we hit this part right here. So after you clean it, you just want to adjust this so you know what your starting pressure is. And as it gets dirtier, the pressure will rise. Just some key notes to touch on. This is a quad cartridge filter, Pentair brand. The manufacturer recommends that you clean this every 3 months. Replace the cartridges every 1 to 3 years. Try avoid lubing up the O-rings inside of the filter, because once you lube them up, they just collect dirt and debris, which makes it harder to seal the system when you're putting it back together. So best practice is just replace the O-ring if it is in need of it. Now I'm going to move on to our single cartridge filter. All right, this one is for a water feature that is separate from the pool. In order to clean this guy, get you a little flathead or a screwdriver or something, just so you can wedge it in the little drain and help you open it. Now you want to make sure the pump is off. Once our pump is off, unscrew the drain plug. The water will come out. Now on this guy, it's really simple. You just have 2 little notches right here. Push on them and you twist. And you will loosen the top. Just lift right off. And you see you only have 1 cartridge in this guy. So this is just for smaller bodies of water. Very, very small pull. Usually for a water feature though. That is your manifold. There's actually another one in there that it seats on. And this one's pretty cut and dry. Just take it out. Rinse the top of the filter out. You want to get all that dirt and debris off that rim. That way it will seal properly whenever we go to put it back together. We're going to go ahead and rinse out the inside of this filter too. See, I've got some debris on the threading, so you really want to make sure you get it clean. That way your system seals back whenever you go to close it. We'll rinse down our manifold also. All right, now we can just focus on the cartridge. Same thing. Best for me when I get a little pressure nozzle that I can get fanned out so I can get in between the little cartridge fins. Start from the top, make your way down. All right, we're all clean. Now we want to put them back together. So we are just going to put this manifold back together first before I put this on there. Make it a little bit easier for myself. And now we're just going to set this straight down. Get our top. Same thing. You want to make sure that O-ring is very, very clean. Don't want any debris on it. That way your filter seals properly. And same thing as the other one. We want to set it straight down because we don't want to move that O-ring around. All right, we got the top back on. Now we want to get our drain plug back on. Give this a quick little rinse down. You twist this back on at the bottom. And now you are good to go. You have cleaned your filter. And same thing as the previous. Manufacturer recommends that you clean this every 3 months, quarterly, and replace the cartridge every 1 to 3 years or as needed.